Website to simplify your pregnancy, and for all you people out there who are in the need, I'll hook you up right now. The website is to simplify your pregnancy, www.pregnancy/birth/simple/mothering/gentle/primordial knowledge/BNG/CGI_content/full Annie-Potts is out of a wacky outcome/video.html. It really will simplify your entire life. We're looking at Mothering magazine. It's just like, you've got to be kidding me. It was a slight. So on my way here, I was listening to the radio, and it looks like the Dead, the remaining members of the Grateful Dead, will be playing over in Charlottesville and John Paul Jones Arena soon. I guess that is exciting. During the commercial, I noticed that all they were doing was playing Jerry Garcia tunes. The only member of the band that's actually dead. Oh. No love for Bob Weir, Bill Lesh, throw him a freaking bone. Okay, so I do host an open mic here every Thursday.
Yeah.
And it's more like this. And this is a much more high-pressure situation. I like it. Anyways, we recently had a contest for the worst joke, and I just threw out there to the audience, and the audience responded with great fervor. That's a word I'll use. So the winner, I'll give you the winner since it's the best one. Here we go. What do you get when a brown chicken and a brown cow have sex? Brown chicken, brown cow. That's really bad. Both of my jokes. Thank you. Both of my jokes are horrible. See, I had one, and mine was long in detail and short in punchline, but I'll give it to you anyways. So Santa Claus comes to the little grill, and he's having a good time back there in the kitchen. He accidentally falls into the fryer. Oh, lordy me, oh, lordy mine. Anyways, from that point on, we refer to him as Kris Kringle. Oh! Yeah, bro, please! Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very famous picture. It's made the news as of recent. As you probably recognize, this is Michael Phelps. But you know, he could have got away with it, because I've seen pipes like these, and I'm pretty sure they're clearly marked just for tobacco. And wouldn't you say that is an Olympic-sized bong? Toastmaster 3000. But notice on the internet they're constantly saying, well, you can tell it's him because it's the watch. He wears that same watch in other pictures, and that's how you know that it's him. And so Timex really should they should be getting paid for this picture. They should pay for this picture. It's great free publicity. And I can hear the commercial now. When you're stoned and you need to know what time it is, do what Michael Phelps does. Token Timex. Keeps on ticking. Oh, lordy me, oh, lordy mine. Look, this will end shortly. I have noticed we live in a very conservative town, but it's also a beautiful, liberal, fun town at the same time. I've noticed that recently, in our own rock town, DNR, not so much the Washington Post is not our own, but there's been a whole lot of sex in the news lately, and I'm assuming that they're using this to sell newspapers, because obviously the newspapers, if you've heard of other businesses, it's so good right now. But I'm frightened of our cover here on the Washington Post, the cover is a two-front push. Speed matters more than size or shape. Aggressive use of all available tools. I'm not really too sure what all this means. And then from our own DNR, agents are fingering the ball. That's all I have to say about that. All right. It's time to get right on into the show. We're going to move right into the interview section, of course, of the show. By golly, this is excitement. I have my next notes here. I told myself, I said, you've got to slow down. You don't talk so fast, so I'm going to slow down now. Hi, Doug. I love seeing, I tell you, I do love seeing all you wonderful people. Thank you for coming out. Okay. Don't clap yet. I did bring the stage in. Okay, so how do we introduce Ron in a funny way? I had a really hard time coming up with a funny way, so I decided to let the music work for itself. Our first guest is a former owner of the grill, a pastor, a community organizer, and a father of three. Please put your hands together for our first guest, Ron Copeland, everybody. Here we go. Well, that is a very holy chair.
What music was that?
That was the,
Adam Sandler?
I don't know, it's probably Jewish. Alright, so my initial thought was, I could just sit up here and improv, but I have questions, and we'll get to the dirt. We're going to get down to the down and dirty, Ron. Ron, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good, man. You look great.
Thanks, buddy.
I heard you had a little
Yeah, a little something, yeah.
little something, but you worked through it.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, we're all dying to know. Tell us a little bit about the OCP. Just open it right there. Go. I mean, under 15 minutes. Go.
15 minutes?
No. Just give us the synopsis.
Well, it's kind of a crazy place to be. My friend Mike Farron says it's sometimes that it actually stands for only crazy people. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's the fact though is that anyone in this room can have a free meal there any day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of a weird phenomenon. It's open to anybody in the world, just like we always said it would be, and we have meals there, and we're working on doing other cool stuff there, and we mostly eat.
Mostly eat. Well, that's awesome. When's the next big event fundraiser you got going on? What's the next year?
Well, I think it's the grand opening, even though we've been open since August.
Awesome.
We're having a grand opening on May 2nd.
Nice.
Music and games and speeches, and we're going to see if we can actually know the mayor, so I'm going to see if I can talk to him.
Nice. Well, I hear him speak. I hear he's a nice guy.
Go to Boy Network.
Yeah, it's the new wave.
So your wife.
So when we're like 70, they're all going to say mean things about us.
No. So your wife is my midwife. Does that make us Mormon?
I don't know, but you said no theology. Huh?
Good. Okay. So, and this is true.
So we had Jewish people and Mormons.
We're it all sucked. I said, you have 3 kids, a wife, a community center, a church. You get more phone calls than anybody I know. How do you deal? How do you do it? I can speak from personal experience. We still get phone calls every day. Is Ron here? So how do you
do anything?
How do you do it?
How do I do it?
Yeah.
I never watch television.
Yeah. Woo! That's nice. Never watch TV.
You have extra time and you don't get brainwashed into buying stupid stuff, and yeah, you have extra time.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So what would you say is your greatest accomplishment in this moment in these lives?
Life?
In life, yeah. Well, okay. I've got to say besides your children, because you believe that that's like the given answer, right? Everyone's, oh, my kids. So besides your children.
I don't know. I think keeping this place open was a pretty big accomplishment. I think the collective, I feel pretty proud of the collective. I mean, I know that it's really maintained by everyone's hard work, but just that we had an idea and we worked really hard and stayed up all night some nights and worked on it, and it works. You know, we said if we do this and it fails, people will say, oh, they tried that in my town, it doesn't work. If we do this and it makes it, people will say, oh, no, there's a worker-owned collective in Harrisonburg, it's really cool. And here we are, you know, it's 6 years later, so I think that's a pretty
Well, you know, that was a lead that ended up leading in. So what do you think about your tenure as an owner of the grill? How would you sum up your years as a little grill owner? How would you
I think of Tom Kilday, another former owner. He has a song that says, "Was all that hard work some kind of joke?" But that's not really how I feel.